from a coach's standpoint, is the trade deadline being over always a good thing, a sense of relief? You know where you stand, what you have.
It is a good thing. Absolutely. And I spoke. I'm gonna refer to my notes here because these are the notes I walked into the locker room this morning. We had a meeting, and you before the deadline, you talk about, hey, this is our team and we're a team and we play as a team. And let's face it, we're in professional sports and any guy can be traded at any minute. And then as you approach the deadline, story after story about who it is and all the different scenarios of 4 or 5 guys in that locker room or maybe even more. And so now today, we officially are a team. There's nobody leaving from that room. And there is a real silver lining to that, not only for the coaches, but for the players and the whole group. You officially are a team. And now is a time that you can put your stamp on what this team is and wants to be and could become through the course of the next 19 games. And that is a challenge we have to embrace. I know our guys have a care for each other. They have a love of coming to the rink and playing. I mean, Dulls took a shot elbow to the nose and he couldn't wait to get back on the ice. He runs off the ice bloody and he comes back on the ice 10 minutes later with a smile on his face, and the guys are giving him a hard time. So there's a real good and he's not upset with the guy that got him with an elbow. Let's go play. So again, now that the deadline's over, we can embrace it even more, that this is our group.
As far as Casey goes, I guess he might not play tomorrow. Is he an option for Friday?
Yeah, Casey and I was thinking Middlestead too. We never call these guys by first name, so you're killing me, Bill. Like it's, when you say Rasmus, then I really get nervous up here, just so you know. So you ever want to get me to start talking about Rasmus? Yeah, and Risto, yeah, that he was in there last year as well, and that was, you know how to make a guy uncomfortable. So back to Fitzy, who we refer to him as. We're going to take it slow. He obviously, I didn't talk to him after practice yet, but he looked great. He looked good, and I'm not going to rush it. We don't need to rush it. We're going to have to healthy scratch guys because of numbers now after the deadline, and that's just going to be part of it. It's not going to be a punishment to a guy. It's not. The guys are going to be scratched that we want in the lineup. You can only dress 20, but for Fitzy, all signs look good. But I won't put him in there tomorrow, and after that we'll see what we feel like and talk to Kevin and our medical team and see where we're at day by day with him.
You have 2 days off between Sunday's game and tomorrow. You don't have that again April 18th. I mean, how this stretch especially, how cognizant do you have to be of guys coming in and out of the lineup and watching practice time and watching morning skates even more so than normal?
Yeah, we talked about it, spoke of it this morning. It's like playoff. I mean, the weather's changing. We're playing later than you would normally in an NHL regular season, so the weather's changing to the point where it does feel begins to feel like playoff time. And then we have a playoff type schedule every other day, and we looked at 12 of our next 13 games. It looked like our teams that are in the playoffs and need more points to stay in the playoffs or better their situation or keep their situation where it is if it's good. So we're playing competitive teams and in a situation where they have to compete. So that is all. We like that. I mean, that's a great way for us to finish and play a type of schedule that is more of a playoff grind. And starting with tomorrow, I mean, we put up on the screen this morning our next 2. We're coming home, and we played. I liked the way we played in Calgary. I liked that we fought fatigue in Vancouver. We were tired in Vancouver. You could see it, the energy falling as the game went on. And our guys battled and found a way to just win it. And I love that in our guys in that game because that was not an easy. Things were not easy for us that game. And we come home and we think, oh my God, it's great to be home. We got home ice advantage. And Pittsburgh's 21-7 on the road. 21-7. And Washington's 20-7 on the road. So they're better road teams than they are at home. And the natural mindset goes, oh God, we're home. We have home ice advantage. We don't. There's no advantage when you play those teams. So right back into the fire. And if we had to play today based on practice, it could have been ugly because our guys were not sharp today. And that's what happened. So I'm glad we had today's skate and hope we can be ready to go tomorrow.
Don, Craig just told us that you wanted 300 career wins for him more than he even wanted it for himself. That was a personal goal for him coming here. Knowing that Craig Anderson is going to be with you guys for the next 6 weeks, how much does that mean to you as a coach and to this team?
It means a lot, and I was really excited for him to get 300 and certainly glad. I mean, every win for him is a win for us. So that it goes hand in hand. So I don't want to disacknowledge or make sure I don't point that out. But no, he earns it every day. I mean, he's at his age. It's amazing what he does every day, and he needs a little extra rest in between to recover. I mean, that's the biggest thing as these guys get older. It's the amount of recovery time. The younger guys can recover like that, within hours, it seems. So for him, yeah, he's done a lot in a short time to help us as coaches, send the right messages, and they're consistent, and they'll stay with us for a long time, and with our young guys for a long time. So to be part of something like 300 wins, to be part of something when you push these guys as a coach that's special for them, is really nice as a coach, because you push these guys, you're hard on these guys, and you have to drive them hard, but that doesn't mean you don't care about them. And a lot of times they don't know you care about them, because you're pushing them every day. And so when they do get, they accomplish something like that, and you can be a part of it. There is some enjoyment as a coach.
And having that cohesion stay for the rest of the year as well with this group, is that a little bit relieving for you?
It is. Yeah, it is. I mean, that he has brought cohesion. So for us to have lost Craig at this point would disrupt, and really the potential of disrupting what he brought was strong. I mean, he's been a solid guy for us and stabilizing guy. And we've had ups and downs like every team, but he's walked the walk. So when he talks it, there's a presence there. And like I said, he speaks the right way. He speaks, and you see and feel the foundation of ups and downs. It's not you feel the foundation of, when he speaks that everything in his career has been great. It's more the opposite. Like he's been under, very unstable situations, and he's gotten through it, and it's made him stronger. And that's the type of messaging he has always had. He's been very consistent with that.
As a coach, do you feel it's better, like I'm sure you have a schedule for your goaltenders, do you feel it's better, no matter what, just to stay on that schedule? And I'm asking just because you had Tokarski get a shutout, came back with Anderson, so I'm figuring that Anderson's, you would schedule it, that's the way you wanted to do it. Do you feel it's better team-wise to stick with it and not change it if somebody gets a shutout, maybe put him in?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I think of our two that we have right now and our team right now, Andy is and how I'm processing all of this. There's lots of different ways, but within the context of today and where we're at, my processing is Andy's our number one goaltender. And when he's ready to go, we'll go to him. If we skip it, it's adding pressure. It's disrupting, potentially disrupting a focus, and there's no need for that. Andy's established himself as the number one guy through the course of his career and what he's done this year. And when he's ready to go, he goes. And Ticker then knows I will be ready when he's not ready. And if we change it, then we have to change the whole psychology of the dynamic. And it's one less thing we can take the psychology right out of it. And just, this is the way it is. And there's enough games that, obviously, as Mike mentioned, the schedule the way it is, that Ticker's going to get plenty of games down the stretch because of the way the schedule is.
Is the plan to play Craig tomorrow?
That is, yep. It's a secret, though, Bill.
All right. I'm telling you.
So, okay. Thank you, guys.